The energy frequency that we're in today is that of trust and radical surrender. The energy frequency that we're tapping into is the embodiment of abundance. And that embodiment of abundance is also certainty. It's also, so it's certainty, is joy, is possibility. Um, it's all the wonderful things that we desire, but we see separate. I often get the question, what is abundance? Is it a separate frequency? And in reality, it is. But it's so connected to self-love. It's so connected to self-forgiveness. It's so connected to your value that it's not independent of it. And it is also related to your definition. So we have different definitions of abundance and prosperity. We have different definitions of what joy is, what opulence is, what affluence is. So when we take a look, that perspective that we have for the way we see the world, the abundance and that prosperity, we can see where we are in the other areas as well. So for instance, if you can check in for yourself now, how do I feel about affluence? How do I feel about being rich? So using the words. So now we're using the words because this is how we separate the frequency. If we don't feel comfortable saying I'm rich or I'm wealthy or I'm abundant or I'm prosperous or I'm opulent or affluent, because we have a certain perspective of it or certain definition of it, then we tend to separate that from love. We tend to separate that from self-acceptance. We tend to separate that from our value and who we are. So today it's really about sort of recreating that belief system and how we're relating to abundance and activating that joy, that grace, activating the passion of self-love and possibility, which is being held a lot in the feminine. So that's what we're today. The focus is abundant goddess, because we all have that part, right? The goddess within us, the masculine, the feminine within us. The masculine is competitive. It's driven, wants to be in action all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, if we're always in action, if we're always trying and we're not tapping into trust or certainty, we're not trusting, we're not leaning into our divine partnership, whatever our goal is, whatever our intention is, can be delayed. So this process that we're on in bridging and connecting and bringing together and aligning and integrating our divine feminine, divine masculine, the God is the God within us, what we're doing is fast tracking and collapsing timelines forward. So, so there we go. We're already clearing. Give me a second. So when we're moving into the integrity and we're moving into the alignment of I am the totality of who I am. That also includes all the other lower frequencies, which are fear, doubt, insecurity. It also includes the trauma that we held, the ego itself. So when we can see ourselves in our totality, we can see the lower vibrational energies as they come in as opportunities to help the divine feminine, the divine masculine, to help the inner child heal and move forward and create more, or help us in general create more in our lives. And we can release the resistance we have to being more valuable, being more creative, being more significant, being more powerful, being more important. When we don't hold on to the past or the core wounds or the old belief systems, then we're always constantly starting in a clean slate. In the clean slate, we set the ingredients, right? We add whatever we want to that. Every day we can choose something different and we can step into that embodiment. And when we do that, then we are peeling the layers back of our reality. We're peeling the layers back and allowing ourselves to reconstruct and redesign the life that we're living and moving forward. So that's what this journey is about, our journey of being here as a divine human. It's to know ourselves, to access all of our true potential, not the illusion, not the belief systems, but kind of look behind what's there. What's that filter? What's the illusion? And then peel it back, but acknowledge that that is there without resistance, without avoiding it, or without trying to, make it something that is not. So let's go ahead and tune into the next level of beingness that you want to tap into, of abundance and prosperity, with the intention of balancing your totality. Uh, Again, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the goddess, the God within you, as well as any other parts of you that may feel out of balance. So go ahead and take a deep breath. And one more deep breath. And today it also feels about speaking your truth, speaking your authority, speaking with authority, speaking with integrity. So we're clearing your voice box, we're clearing the throat area, we're clearing the access portal, we're clearing anything in the way that is clinging onto, or anything that's clinging onto the past that's in the way of you having that new frequency or embodying the new frequency of creation in your voice, in your heart, and in your auric field. So go ahead and take one more deep breath. And I want you to see, perceive now, all around you, the different ways of being moving forward. So you're going to perceive abundance. To see what that image looks like and what feelings you receive from noticing that image in front of you. Prosperity, wealth, riches, opulence, and affluence. So today our focus is on abundance, and we will address some of the other perspectives or definitions you have as we move forward. But today what we're really looking at is, how do you feel? Where is the resistance to having, to embodying abundance, prosperity? How do you relate to different viewpoints of having and living your greatest life? How do you relate? One more deep breath. Now, go ahead and bring those different definitions, or those different pictures of abundance, opulence, prosperity, wealth, riches, or rich in front of you. And just go ahead and set them up sort of in front of you, one after the other in your timeline. And you can put them in the order that feels natural to you. Sometimes we have the definition of rich is less than wealthy, or that abundance is more of a state of consciousness versus material. So sometimes we put that before riches. However, you have this set up in your field, go ahead and set it up. And the reason we're going to step through all of these is that, again, we want to see where you're limiting yourself, where you're fitting into a box set by a perspective, by a limitation. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Some of you have the frequencies entangled, almost like your wires crossed. So we're going to go ahead and clear that. Nisht uku mawati ik ayate yit initi uku. Yako shema wati atadada. So go ahead and take a deep breath and move into the space of pure light, pure love, whether it's in the center of the head, whether it's in the center of your heart. Move into the space of pure love, pure grace, the space of joy, the space of possibility, the space of truth, the space of alignment. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And then from that space, go ahead and expand your awareness. So you're in the knowing, but you're also expanding your awareness so that you can see sort of as, from above or as a third person. So you can see yourself, how you relate, how you are, how are you being in every perspective or every frequency that we mentioned. To notice if there's anything to change, anything to shift, any higher awareness or wisdom to bring in. And what we also want to do is we also want to delete and uncreate that we're on our way. Because when we have the belief system, that's a condition. When I get there or tomorrow. So when we have that set up, what we're doing is we're walking towards something. And when we say on our way, that means we're always on our way. We're always going to be on our way. And I want to rephrase that because we talk about the journey, right? We talk about being on this journey. And this journey also feels like being on our way. However, the way we want to see moving through this journey is with the level of knowing of what's coming forth and having that anticipation of the lessons reveal themselves. So it's no longer, I'm on my way of self-actualization, self-actualize. And as I'm moving forward, I can see the lessons that I chose for myself along my path. Go ahead and take a deep breath. So you're moving into more of self-mastery in your authority versus I'm at the effect of life and whatever life wants to show me or whatever life teachings I'm here to learn. So there's more intention in what you're creating and how you're embodying and how you're moving versus the old way of I'm trying to discover versus I am. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And as you're moving through the different definitions of a fulfilled life, of having it all, of extraordinary, of life by design, as you're moving through different definitions of abundance, prosperity, opulence, affluence, just notice if there's a common theme there. If it's about efforting, or it's about your value, or if it's about earning it, or it's about timing, or if it's about getting to it, whatever this is, we want to release, delete, and uncreate. So you're no longer at the effect of that. We want to release and delete and uncreate. So you're in the I already am versus I'm becoming or I'm learning, or again, you're more in mastery and authority as creation, creator being versus, I'm going through this journey and we'll see what happens. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And once you go through all these definitions, notice if there's anything to clear and go ahead and clear that. And then we're going to come back to our topic today, which is abundance. And then we want to see how each one of those relate to abundance. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And what I'm also picking up is that some of you, your abundance is not based on wealth or prosperity. It's based on the way you see your life, uh, your joy, your happiness. It's also based on the people around you who you're attracting. So that is okay. It's actually perfect because that's how you see it. However, what that might create is judgment and impatience. Because if we wanted to look a certain way, if we want to have certain things, they want to feel a certain way, then what we may create is disappointment, disillusion. When is it going to get here? So impatience. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Now go ahead and tune into yourself as you step into each of these perspectives or definitions of wealth, riches, prosperity, abundance, opulence, affluence. And notice what is missing. What do you want to give to yourself? Yeah, for some of you, these definitions feel scattered. They don't have a connection with each other. And that may be what's missing, that you see them as separate, sort of separate entities or separate beingness, frequencies that don't have a relationship to each other. So go ahead and tune in. What would be ideal for me? How do I want to see what I'm embodying? And remembering that everything is a choice, you can choose that you are everything that there is to be for you in this lifetime, and you're unlocking that knowing, that intelligence, that frequency within you. So that may shift the way things are from things being outside, somewhere you're getting to everything is within you. And you're in ownership, authority, sovereignty, mastery. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And as you're doing that, go ahead and focus on abundance. Go ahead and ask yourself with abundance, or the frequency of abundance, or the embodiment of abundance, or the knowing of abundance. What is your relationship to it, first of all? Secondly, are you fully owning it and owning the choice to be abundant? Is it within you or outside you? And also notice, what do you have? What is driving your abundance? Is it the masculine or the feminine? And again, there is really no right or wrong answer, but there is a balance there. Because if you're in the masculine, then there's a lot of doing. It's a lot of, maybe even a lot of judgment, because there's a lot of competition involved, or a have to, shoulds, a lot of follow through, a lot of significance based on that. And if it's connected to your divine feminine, what does the divine feminine need to, again, create more? Because again, they're complementary to each other. The divine feminine can hold the space of passion and abundance and creation, and the divine feminine can amplify that and move that forward. And together they create. And then take one more deep breath. I can see for some of you, you either put aside or put on hold or turned off either your divine feminine or your divine masculine. So this is a time to turn it on, to recognize that they both play a role. The divine goddess within you plays a big role. The divine God within you plays a big role. And if you don't know exactly what the balance is, you can just simply allow, ask those parts of you to move into divine balance, to move into divine compliments, and observe that process. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And I notice the shift that most of you are moving into, from doing from processing, analyzing, to being, to feeling, to experiencing. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. So go ahead and experience now. And as you're experiencing the integration of the divine feminine, the goddess within you, notice any physical part of your body that wants to be moved into that frequency. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And one more deep breath. Go ahead and find the space within you that feels out of alignment, that feels out of sorts, maybe confused, maybe out of balance, insecure, the part where you hold the doubt. Go ahead and take a deep breath. And go ahead and invite the divine feminine, the divine goddess, and divine masculine to come into that place. And what you're also noticing is your connection with self. Connection with self, realizing that you're not alone in this process, that you're not alone on this journey, life experience that we're on. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Again, go ahead and notice what part of you, what physical part of you is asking for help, it's out of balance, out of alignment. And go ahead and bring in the frequency of I am into that space. And one more deep breath. And what I'm also noticing is that there's a frequency, a program that says, I cannot be abundant if. So notice what that's filled in for you, what that what comes after that for you. I cannot be abundant if I don't have joy, if I don't have happiness, if I don't have security, if I don't have somebody in my life, if I don't have. So those are conditions that you set for yourself. So notice what conditions you're working through, and you can go ahead and delete them. One more deep breath. Nyasht uk o uyat ikiama wat nayata ku uk ish I diama wat umawayate ishayo ushayo yoku uk imiwata nayako koshtu kushini didiatiako nyak okotiana mawatia shut ukushini nini yamawato net eke okayata nish ush ish ukasha. One more deep breath. So again, noticing Mayot oyenit ikasho ut yakama watayana yetu koshin yetu koshin kyoko nga ok it akash iwut ikia anayat ukosheya. So we're working the throat area, the back of the throat area, bringing in balance, also clearing the voice box, clearing so that you can move into integrity of I am. I am abundant, I am opulent, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am prosperous, I am extraordinary, I am magnificent, I am radiant, I am brilliant, I am, I am, I am. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Clearing, delaying, transmuting. Everywhere you don't feel an integrity with where you are in life, everywhere you're uh, judging, criticizing your life now, everywhere you're being impatient of your journey, your path forward, where you're going next steps, everywhere where you want things to happen now, everywhere you want to control, everywhere you want to uh, direct, kind of force that to happen, everywhere fear is playing a role in creating. Go ahead and take one more deep breath and notice where you're releasing the fear from in your body. Nashtukush iat imako I an iat okait. Ik ayamawatia shiayaka uk mawatushini nitia. Shayako watia shawot ini yidu yit. Makiako ukushete titishtikia kashta unemewa. Ia diako koshi utia titishi. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Nishu diak ashtiana it uk. Mawatiana tishti shiti shete ko showa muatia kako kiamiti neyetia ko kashayeti ushimu tiukosho ne ut ayat yat yakosha mawatiana yatako. Mawutiana ya ush iki shiti tete Maku ayat yete kishi utia tete hushi I o ko o yat at it ush. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Go ahead and notice if you're open to be in alignment, open to be in co-creation, open to be in divine partnership. There's a little bit of energy that feels like you're not quite allowing yourself to be. Sometimes we feel like this journey has to be a lot harder. Sometimes we feel like we have to do something different or more. So we want to lead in and create. Anything that says things have to be more difficult, things have to be harder, things, there has to be some kind of pain or effort connected to embodying creation, embodying our divine power, divine will, divine grace, embodying our truth, the magic, our pure potentiality. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And again, if you're having any challenges, difficulties, really embracing I am abundant. Go ahead and notice what can I forgive? What can I forgive? Who can I forgive? What can I forgive myself for? And go ahead and do that now. And one more deep breath. Nyok osh yamiki ni uku yat yashawo tuama tiana. Utama utiki ish nakast ut ush inikishu atane de utwa. Niamasho to akasht at the destina yete ut eating yetiako. Dama watakama watia shutu kashi yete. Ingia to shutu ashayate ka yete. So today you're choosing to embody your divine power, your divine will, to know that you're a creator being, a master creator, that you're divine creation itself, that you're source within you, that everything that you ever wanted or needed is already within you. That abundance is your divine right, and it's a natural flow, a natural frequency in your energy. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. For some of you, you may be experiencing this divine goddess either within you or extending next to you. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And notice if you're uncomfortable. And go ahead and release all that is making you uncomfortable. I am abundant because I am, because I choose it, because I'm worthy of it, because I deserve it, because I have nothing to prove, because I am divine creation, because I am universe source, because I am reflection and expression, because I am divine. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Go ahead and feel into abundance or the abundant goddess within you. Go ahead and feel into that. And one more deep breath. Go ahead and feel into the frequency, the vibration, the energy of abundance. It's a natural flow. It's your nature. It's creation within you. It's a knowing, an embodiment. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Go ahead and feel into that. And notice that as you're feeling into it, as you're moving into it, you're moving into certainty. You're moving into self-belief, self-trust, radical trust. You're moving into it's available to me. It's already available to me. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And all that you're choosing, all that you're knowing of yourself, go ahead and allow that to amplify within you. So you may feel yourself either being transported or being transformed, or an activation happening within you, a vibration, a tingling sensation throughout your body. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. And one more deep breath. Feel the activation in your third eye, pineal gland, pituitary gland, center of the head, hypothalamus, nervous system, brainstem, spinal cord, throat, access portal, high heart space, power center, sacral, and root. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Nuatio ko yet ik imawatuna yet iash okosh. Shua yet ik amawata in etioko yet etistiko. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Surrender to the divinity, surrender to creation, surrender to divine intelligence within you and all around you. Nasht uk amawatia shitiakosh idiki. Nikamawatuku no dietiti itiakosh. One more deep breath. And one more deep breath. Go ahead and allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to embody, to embrace, to be activated. You may even feel your wings expanding like an exuberance in your field. One more deep breath. Notice the image of yourself. Notice the colors all around you. Notice the feelings and the thoughts you're now embodying. Go ahead and take one more deep breath. Notice the flow from your DNA level to the cellular level, all the way out from the quantum level. You may even notice timelines, lifetimes, dimensions around you, because you're now amplified. You're becoming one with your totality, one with source, one with all that you are and all that is available to you. One more deep breath. Beautiful. It is done. It is done. It is done. So be it. Namaste. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Give to yourself whatever else you desire, whatever else you feel would amplify where you are in this moment. Boost, up level, amplify. One more deep breath. Beautiful. Take a moment to fully integrate, fully embrace, fully embody. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Lots of love. Namaste.